Welcome to Lighthouse Farm. We are new to gardening and farming alike, so come alongside as we journey through the highs and lows of learning to grow our own food. Good morning. I guess it's not morning. It's definitely afternoon. It is a very, very warm day today. It's in the 70s. It's really cloudy though. But anyways, I wanted to come on here real quick to show you guys what I'm doing. I bought a water hose water filter so that I can filter out a lot of the chlorine and some of the other chemicals that are in our city water system that are going to my garden. So chlorine will kill all the beneficial bacteria. I mean, it'll kill all the bacteria, maybe not all of it, most of it. But I definitely don't want it to kill the good bacteria in my garden. So I didn't have one of these last year. A friend recommended it, and then I just never even thought about it again. So this year I wanted to make sure and get some. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them at camping stores. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart. I bought these off of Amazon. I got a 4-pack. It made more sense financially to buy a 4-pack than it did just to get 2. So I'm going to hook it up to my water system, or hook it up to my water hose. The water hose that goes to the orchard and the garden over there all comes out of this spout right here. So I have a splitter on it. So I'm going to put this on the opposite side of the splitter so that I only have to use one of these for both of those. They recommend changing it every 3 months. I need to do some more reading to see if that's like 3 months of like normal water usage, or if that's 3 months of like using a water hose. How frequently do people do that? So anyways, they recommend to do it to replace it every 3 months. With that said, there are probably, 10 different brands that I looked at alone. There are way more brands than that out there. So do your research, read about them, read the reviews on them, decide what works best for you. Hopefully this will help. The main thing that I wanted to filter out was chlorine. If you're on well water, you probably don't have to worry about it as much because there's not chlorine in your well water that I would think of, but clearly I don't know anything about water other than I need it for my garden. You need it to stay healthy. Yeah. So anyways, I'm putting this on. The reason I'm putting it on is to filter out the chlorine. And this one in the review, or not the reviews, but in like the product specs part or whatever about this product, it said that it filters out, I think it was like 99% of the chlorine, so, or up to 99% of the chlorine. So anyways, that's why I went with this one, because that was my main goal. I don't want to kill the beneficial bacteria in my garden. Let's do this. Okay, there she is in all her glory. So she'll filter water to the garden, or no, to the orchard, and then she'll filter water all the way to the garden. I'm about to cover this up with the silage tarp to let it rest for a few weeks before we start planting. It's just so beautiful. They're so perfect. Justin and a good friend of ours spent last weekend fixing the rows for us. We have that pile of compost there. I ordered way too much last year, and we weren't able to use it all. We'd ended up not making any more beds, so we had it all left over from last year to top dress these beds. Now the only thing that's left for us to do, which I won't do until later on once I uncover the beds, I'm gonna lay down cardboard again in the walkways and then mulch over it. I'm probably gonna do like 2 layers of cardboard, because last year I did 1 and the weeds were just, they were too much to keep up with. So I'm gonna go through and do like 2 layers of cardboard in the walkways, and then do like probably 2 to 3 inches of mulch But right now I'm trying to get the silage tarp on there. I'm not covering up that last row because I've still got garlic and onions. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys because it's beautiful, but I wanted to share it all before I go and cover it up with this big old silage tarp. I don't remember where I got this silage tarp. Maybe like ag fabric or something like that .com. I don't remember exactly, but this has a whole bunch of water on it. This is a lot more difficult to move than I had anticipated. Oh, another thing, ants. There are an insane, the wind picked this up. There are an insane amount of ants in our garden. Like, there's at least, oh man, I just soaked my shoe. Now I'm gonna have to work out in wet shoes. That sucks. What was I saying? Ants. There are probably 2 to 3 ant piles per bed. So I think I told y'all before I was gonna try using that taro, I think it's taro, ant poison, because it's not like a poison that you, I really need both hands to do this. It's not like a poison that you sprinkle on the pile. It comes in a little container and you just pop it open and then you like stake it in the ground. It says that it's meant for household ants, but there are definitely fire ants out here. And I put one in the raspberry bed. Oh, crap. Probably shouldn't have done this on a windy day. But I put it in the raspberry bed to get rid of that big one in the raspberry bed. I put it in there over a week ago. They're still there. So, anyways, I'm going to let y'all go and try and do this with 2 hands. So before you go through all the trouble to put this on, make sure that you have it on the proper way. I ordered 45 by 35. And it should be 45 this way, 35 this way. I put it on the wrong way. But I will say my comment before about not doing this on a windy day was wrong. The wind is actually very helpful if I can catch it at the right time. So anyways, now I'm going to remove, I didn't get all of it done, but I'm going to remove all of my little weights and turn this ginormous monstrosity around. Way to go, Lacey. Got it covered.